Breaking tonight on Week News, a neighborhood on alert as two masked strangers prey on kids.
They ran inside screaming and yelling, saying that there were two guys out there with ski masks on.
How parents are hoping to protect their families following the scary stranger danger.
Also breaking tonight, a terrifying false alarm scares people across Hawaii. How this gut-wrenching mistake happened.
Another car takes a dive into a body of water. How this family made it out alive tonight on Wink News.
Live from Southwest Florida's news leader, this is Wink News at 6:30.
And the sun has set over the village of Venetian Bay, and there are some clouds there off in the distance, but changes are coming. Wink News meteorologist Zach Malonk is tracking cooler temperatures. Zach.
Yeah, that cold air is now coming our way. Currently, we're sitting in the upper 50s, lower 60s, 60 Palmdale, Lehigh Acres, Fort Myers, 61 Immokalee in Naples. But overnight tonight, things get on the cold side. Back in the lower 40s we go. That's where we start for your Sunday morning. Port Charlotte starting at 42. It is going to be a cool and crisp morning. Even Fort Myers Beach at 46. Very similar to Bonita Springs. 41 Lehigh Acres, 42 LaBelle. Is your Sunday morning the only morning with 40s, or will these cold temperatures continue to carry through the week? Forecast details coming up in just a bit.
Breaking tonight, a suspicious person tries to lure children into his car. Cape Coral police say a man asked the kids to help him find a lost cell phone and told them there was a reward. This happened just before 4 o'clock along Southwest 2nd Court, which is right by Cape Coral High School. The kids went inside to tell their parents, which is when the man drove off. We'll have much more on this breaking story coming up tonight.
I went and grabbed my shotgun, jumped over the fence.
And kids playing just feet from their back door received the scare of their life. They say two masked men approached them out of these woods. And this is all happening right over here off of Spear Street in Port Charlotte, just steps away from Murdoch Middle School. Only Week News reporter Chris Grisby talked to the father who stepped in to protect his kids. Chris.
Yeah, that's right, JC. Very scary moments for two young children in their own backyard. Two guys wearing ski masks came within feet of them, and one was even holding a weapon towards his side that it looked like he had.
They had masks on and like a light gray long sleeve shirt and like camouflage pants, and he had his hand on his hip and he looked back and then he pointed at us.
Alarmed and afraid, a Port Charlotte family came face to face with two men wearing ski masks right in their own backyard.
He started saying stuff to us and then we just ran inside.
Friday, Camden Reed and his sister were tending to their chickens when two men approached them from these woods.
They ran inside screaming and yelling, saying that there were two guys out there with ski masks on.
What went through your mind?
Grab a gun and shoot them, because they're up to no good. I got my 12-gauge shotgun, and I ran out back here and put on some boots out here real quick and went right through that hole there.
Within seconds, the two men took off, but for this quiet neighborhood, seeing the men is unsettling.
I'm like, that doesn't look right, especially in Florida because it's hot and stuff.
And for a father trying to protect his family and neighborhood, making sure the men don't come back is his priority.
Two men in masks in broad daylight, you know, come and approach my children in our private backyard. It's just it's a scary situation.
Very scary indeed. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office is investigating the incident right now, but in the meantime, Reed plans to have motion cameras installed around his property to keep the unwanted men away. Brittany?
All right, Chris, thanks. A breaking news exclusive now on Wink. A car completely submerged in water with a family inside. Thankfully, all three people made it out. This is all unfolding on Cope Lane and County Barn Road near the Countryside Golf and Country Club in Collier County. We've made a map to show you exactly where this is. Wink News reporter Oliver Redston has the latest.
Well, John and Brenda, you can see crews are just now starting to pull this car out of the water here. They've been working for about 45 minutes to actually get those tow straps attached to the wheels. It was completely submerged, and now you can see they have that challenge of getting it over the bank. And the Collier County Sheriff's Office tells us a family of three lost control of their vehicle at Cope Lane near the intersection of County Barn Road and went into the water. They say all three people were able to get out of that vehicle. One person was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and we're told that person is expected to make a full recovery. And we're still working to learn the names of the people who were involved in this accident. This is, though, the third such accident this month of a car driving into the water here in Collier County. Thankfully, though, this one has a happy ending. In Collier County, Oliver Redston, Wink News now.
Oliver, thank you. Also breaking tonight, a woman is dead after being struck by the Brighton train in Boynton Beach last night. Officials say she was walking on the tracks. The Miami Herald says it was during a preview ride of the new commuter train between West Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale. No one on the train was hurt. Boynton Beach police are investigating. Count on Wink News to bring you the latest details as soon as we get them.
And breaking news tonight, a terrifying false alarm in Hawaii. People across the state got an alert on their phones saying a missile was heading for the islands, and turns out it was just an accident. Wink News reporter Laura Podesta explains how this heart-stopping mistake happened.
People in Hawaii ran for cover or sheltered in place after receiving a false alarm that a ballistic missile was headed toward the island Saturday morning.
I was just sleeping. My friend just woke me up. He said, hey, let's go. There's a bomb coming to Hawaii. I didn't take it serious, but, I just started running.
Jim Jaggers, a meteorologist from the CBS station in Memphis, on vacation in Kauai, huddled with his family in a closet.
So we were trying to figure out the best thing to do and just using tornado safety rules. I know you go down into a place where there's no window, a small room, and bunker down.
38 minutes after the warning went out, a second alert said it was a false alarm and no missile was incoming. Messages flashed on highway signs telling drivers there was no danger. Hawaii's governor said human error caused this mistake.
It was a procedure that occurs at the change of shift where they go through to make sure that the system is working and an employee pushed the wrong button.
The chairman of the FCC tweeted the agency is launching a full investigation into the false emergency alert that was sent to residents of Hawaii. This incident comes as tension remains high between the U.S. and North Korea. North Korean President Kim Jong-un claims to have ballistic missiles capable of reaching Hawaii and the continental U.S. Laura Podesta, Wink News Now.
And one Fort Myers couple is in Hawaii right now and received that emergency alert on their phone. And they say once they received it, they didn't know what to do. So they decided to go upstairs into their hotel and turn on the news. That's when they learned it was all just a mistake.
Yeah, they said people were kind of clearing off the beach. I mean, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning here, but people were kind of running off the beach and caused quite a bit of chaos.
Coming up tonight on the Night Beat, how long it took the couple to realize it was a mistake and why they say you just need to hope for the best during those situations.
Animal rights activists found the bodies of multiple horses here in the middle of a basin. Members of the Animal Recovery Mission discovered the mass grave on Wednesday in Hialeah. They found the bodies of almost 20 horses. ARMS says this is one of the largest horse slaughter discoveries they've ever had. The group says they're still investigating. You might want to be careful next time you're out in the wild. A group of people discovered this massive python out at the 14th Green in Fiddler's Creek in Naples. This comes just days after Wink News told you about this bear attack also in Naples. A man went to let his dog out and the bear scratched him on the face.
And police are still searching for this dangerous robber who threatened a computer store clerk at gunpoint. Surveillance video shows the robber pointing a gun in the clerk's face and demanding money. And once he gets that cash, he tells her to give him the keys to her car. Now, pleading with the gunman, the clerk says she didn't own one. That's when the robber turns around to the other 2 customers and takes theirs instead. And this woman is accused of driving through someone's yard, then taking off. Catherine Cook is facing charges for leaving the scene of an accident in Naples. A woman said she heard a loud crash in front of her house, and that's when she went out to investigate and saw a black Audi crash into her neighbor's fence, then drive over an electric pole. There were even pieces of the car left behind. Deputies say they smelled alcohol on Cook when they arrested her.
The second person shot during a brutal gun robbery is dead. Kenneth Mayer died yesterday afternoon. He and his roommate William Rice were shot when 3 robbers stole Rice's gun collection in Polk City. Rice died at the scene. One of the suspects is a FEMA subcontractor from Alabama. He helped Rice after the hurricane and returned to steal the guns. All 3 suspects face multiple charges. The man suspected of brutally killing 3 people is under arrest. Pinellas County deputies arrested Christopher Olivo in Largo late last night. He's accused of shooting and killing a man and 2 women in Louisville, Kentucky. Officials believe Olivo ran away with his 2-year-old daughter. She's now with relatives.
And we're just 1 week away from the 10th annual Wink News Feeds Families Hunger Walk, and we need your help to raise money to feed those hungry families here in Southwest Florida. Right now, we've raised more than $194,000, so we still need more to reach our goal of $340,000. For every dollar, the Harry Chapin Food Bank can donate $8 worth of food, and this year it's important more than ever as so many people are still recovering from Hurricane Irma.
Folks in Everglades City and Immokalee and Lehigh and Bonita Springs, and they're working hard to try to make ends meet and make sure they replenish their pantry and take care of folks who are still suffering from the storm.
And we put online everything you need to know about this on winknews.com. You can find a link and donate and register for the walk. It's next Saturday and kicks off at 9:30 at Miramar Outlets.
Thousands of dollars of material stolen from a church, and the parish's leaders say they think it was someone they know.
And why they think they were targeted, that's after the break.
And dry air in the mid-levels of the atmosphere coming our way. That's going to clear us out in terms of the cloud cover and make us sunny for your Sunday forecast coming up.
In Week News is the Weather Authority. I put my quilt away and my sweater away, but it looks like I'm going to have to pull it back out again.
Yes, definitely for tonight. Back in the 40s tomorrow morning. Just don't leave your windows open tonight. You should be A-okay and just fine. But we're back in the 40s to start. It is going to be back on the cold side for many of us. This evening, we'll be in the 50s, still in the lower 60s at this moment, but 50s expected from at least 7 p.m. through at least 9 to 10 p.m., and then having those temperatures drop quickly into the upper 40s. So expect a cool evening, partly to mostly cloudy skies staying with us. 58, though, now, Pagefield and Fort Myers. The big change at the moment is that dew point temperature. That moisture content in the atmosphere is still sitting in the mid-40s. We actually had a good amount of moisture in the air the last few days. It was noticeable yesterday. That's as that cold front was coming through, allowing that moisture to increase. But behind the cold front comes a dry and cool air mass, and that dry air allows those dew point temperatures to drop back in the mid-40s. For now, those will continue to drop, which then actually allows our actual temperatures to drop even more. That northwest breeze at the moment, 14 miles per hour. We have been rather breezy the last few afternoons. Right now, still seeing it from 14 miles per hour, Fort Myers, everywhere else. The wind speed coming up in a second. 55 Sebring, 59 in Palmdale as well as Lehigh Acres, not in the 40s as of yet. 58 for Cape Coral, 61 Naples, 62 still on the milder side, and Marco Island in that warm air noticed by those yellow colors still off towards the south and southeast. The breeze, though, making it feel slightly cooler, especially north and south along the coast. North-northwest direction at 15 miles per hour in Punta Gorda, 14. Fort Myers only from 5 to 10 from Cape Coral, even Naples at 10 miles per hour, still from the northwest in Marco Island. So the breeze does stay with us even through the next few days, mainly from the northwest, then northeast direction, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour. But notice, tomorrow morning, starting off mostly sunny. We'll have a nice start for tomorrow. It is going to look rather nice from the inside looking out. And it's because of all the sunshine we will see, but temperatures will be below average. The average high is 74. We catch a few clouds throughout the late afternoon and early evening, still staying mostly clear to partly cloudy at times. Mostly sunny to start for your Monday morning, but let's get into how cold it's actually going to be. 41 Lake Placid, 41 Lehigh Acres, 40 for Arcadia. Can't even rule out a few of our inland communities back in the upper 30s tomorrow morning. 43 Fort Myers, low 50s right along the immediate coastline. That's because water temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico at 66 degrees, and that warm body of water allowing that coastal community area right along that body of water to be on the warmer side. Same effect for Clewiston, 49 for your morning temperature there, because Lake Okeechobee also still sitting on the milder side. Afternoon temperatures back in the mid-60s at 68 Lehigh Acres, Immokalee 67 for Fort Myers, so still below average tomorrow afternoon. And notice that we stay below average even through Monday. At average for Tuesday, again, 74 degrees is that average, and those morning temperatures are increasing. Back in the low 50s for your Tuesday, low to mid 50s for your Wednesday. And as you round out the work week, notice those temperatures back in the low 40s to start. Afternoons, though, in the 70s Friday, upper 70s for Saturday.
Well, Zach, thank you. As temperatures take another dip, some local churches are opening cold weather shelters. Sarasota County is working with the Salvation Army to open shelters for people in need. They'll be open this weekend at the Salvation Army Center of Hope in Sarasota, the New Hope Community Church in Northport, and the Grace United Methodist Church in Venice. Opening and closing times vary between locations, and if you need to find more information, just go to scgov.net.
$10,000 worth of material stolen from a local church, including the church safe, and just take a look at all the damage. The bishop of Southside Church of God in Christ thinks the thief is someone he knows. Wink News reporter Danielle Avidable explains what church leaders are doing to improve security.
Shards of glass in the door frame are the only things left at the front door to Southside Church of God in Christ.
Glass, it's always to the pavement always. Glass everywhere.
Bishop Edward Robinson showed up to his church Friday morning and says he noticed he wasn't the first one inside that day.
People not like it used to be 30, 40 years ago where they respect the church and sanctuary and temple.
He tells me the thieves must have beelined it straight to his office because nothing in the sanctuary was taken.
I don't think this is totally strange to walk through here and just go straight to the office area.
When he last left his office, he says the doors were locked, but someone pried them open.
They had to have some kind of equipment.
This is a picture of how he found the office.
Drawers all over. All the paperwork was totally scattered everywhere.
A safe was once on the wall where this blank space is now. Robinson says there was money, old coins, watches, and keepsakes inside, but it was all stolen.
I think the worst kind of crime is going to a church, God's house, and take advantage of not only the church building, but the people who, whose lives are based on how they serve people.
Robinson says he plans to have a new door on the church by the end of the weekend.
Sports live from Alico Arena, where both FGCU men and women are hosting NJIT and conference play, and everyone is wearing a color for cause. Your local sports is up after the break. My team.
All right, Melinda, thanks so much. Let's get a final look at weather tonight, as we are definitely getting chillier temperatures this weekend.
Yes, we are getting chillier and we are getting colder for many of us, especially your Sunday morning. The second to coldest morning of the next 7 days. The coldest morning will be Thursday morning. Also back at 42, 43 to start for your Sunday afternoon. On the warmer side, in the mid to upper 60s. The average high temperature is 74, so we stay below average for your Sunday and Monday afternoons. The cold spell does not last too long. Back in the 50s to start Tuesday and Wednesday. But then we have another cold front coming our way late Wednesday afternoon. We start to see the change in temperature back in the lower 40s for your Thursday, mid 40s for your Friday. And then those afternoon temperatures continue to warm. Mid 70s for your Friday, Saturday back in the upper 70s, so that roller coaster temperature trend will continue, but it is winter across Southwest Florida, and it is expected to be in the 40s a few mornings as well.
And winter in Florida is still better than winter anywhere
Way
else,
better,
right?
Yes.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be back on after football.